biggies cause I'm off to the hole in the road. I'm walking off school and I'm off to the city, watching telly all night and I'm not looking pretty. See, I got this job downtown, selling knocked off ladies' watches for £1. For a really dodgy man that I met in a dodgy cafe. You know, he said to me, the girl who sold these yesterday wasn't selling very carefully. Police came along and took her and all my watches away. So if you see some coppers, you grab my stuff and leg it, boy, right away. I'll be in the cafe. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. So it's been a few hours and I haven't sold enough for my bus fare home. Street selling's pretty good, so I turn on the charm for the lunchtime rush. With a smile and a wiggle on my schoolboy touch. So the charm is working in the underground. There's a crowd of men and women gather round. And the watches they are going, the money is a flowing. Think I'll touch a little extra, stick it in my pocket, spend you later. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I haven't sold a watch for an hour and I'm dying for a slash. I've had enough of this, so I'm off for a piss. Then a quick walk back round to the cafe. Sitting at his table drinking too. Looks at me suspiciously. Then with a glance at the watch he says, how did you do? He paid me a couple of quid. Then he said, would you like to come and work another day? I said I'd come back down on Friday. And to that he said okay. So with £2 in my pocket and another 5 in my shoe, I nipped down to Castle Market where a man who looks like Leo Sayer is selling pots with cockles and prawns. You make me feel like dancing. Then off back to dinner on the Wiggers and then home. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way.
Oh. Okay, well, that's wanking it. Get me in there. Good evening, welcome. Oh, fucking hell, this loud light there. Good evening, welcome to Raconteurs News. It's Friday night. It's the 8th of July 2022. And there's not really been much going on, really, has there? So, but anyway, let's say hello anyway. Let's say hello. Good evening to everyone who's in the chat room. Good evening to the people who are not in the chat room as well. But good evening to the people that are in the chat room. Health Freedom UK are going to be telling you about his new show, which is going to be coming up on Raconteurs News, hopefully next week. We talked about it, whether it's going to be a bi-weekly thing or whatever. It's up to him anyway, but it's going to be on his... Robert is going to be doing the Health Freedom show here on Raconteurs News from sometime next week. Hopefully, well, it will be. We're just got to get ourselves together and get it all organised. So that's the first show from this one. Where's Dennis? Dennis. Denny. I don't know. Where is he? He's probably not come. He's probably I don't know, laid on his back somewhere in fucking woods or something. But hey, good evening, Dinny, if you're there, mate. We love you. Good evening, Principium 236. And good evening to Paula. We missed you on Tuesday night, Paula. Drop me a text. I was going to send you a text message, but I didn't. I can't remember why, but I was going to send you a text message I didn't see on Tuesday. I probably didn't want to bother you, but anyway, just say hello whenever you want. Just let us know that you're okay. Anyway, good evening to you, Paula. So South as well. The media mogul, Jimmy Hagan as well, who's going to be coming on in just a little while with some stuff, some new stuff, because there's been some news this week. Wish Fix as well. Good evening to you. Kendo Taylor, Paula, let me see. Raconteurs News, that'll be me. Oh, by the way, I've just come on. That's how shit my old fucking laptop is. Right, I've just put it on, so I'm watching the show so that I can see that it's working and stuff. And it's just started. That's how long it took text to fucking start that shit. Chris Partridge, good evening to you. Mahatma Malevolence, the Spastic Society sign brings back memories. I still find the bad grammar irritating, though. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah, I put that up there. The Spastic Society, and that, that's not a. Well, it's a bit nostalgia. We miss things like the Spastic Society, don't we? We miss things that are traditional, that are not there anymore. That have been given all this new crappy fucking bollocks to do. Good evening to Matt Caddy as well. Matthew Caddy, good evening to you. So I'm assuming Donna's listening as well. Good evening, Donna. And to Kitty21 as well. Good evening to all you people here listening to Raconteurs News. And of course, the people who are not. Oh, Wigan Joker as well. I think he's on at 10. So, if you want to... he'll be on at 10. I think he's doing Fridays at 10 o'clock. So, evening to you, Jimmy O. I hope all your good stuff went well. Stewie says the Rotherham Gobshite is present and correct. Good evening, Rotherham Gobshite, Stewie. Kath Middleton as well. Hi, Jace. And Kitty as well. Listen, it's been fantastic, hasn't it, this week? It's just been fucking... It's been the weirdest fucking time ever. And I know this is like, we keep saying this every week. And Webby, God rest his raconteur's soul, we used to say that all the time. Fucking hell. Put that on the green screen. We used to say that all the time. Oh, 10:30. It's your last one, you think, on YouTube. He prefers TikTok. All right, mate. Well, anyway, Wigan Joker on TikTok. Go and have a look at him. I'll get him on. I'll get you on here at some point as well, Jimmy. Always good to talk to you. Tell us about your trip to America and all that sort of thing. I'm always up for listening to people's experiences and stories and stuff like that. So I'll be in touch. We'll be in touch anyway. I'm sure we will. But we'll get you on very, very soon. Donna's there. See, I can see her. It's been a fucking strange week, hasn't it? It's been one of the weeks. I have heard you. Have you heard the Gas is Free jingle? I have. I watched it yesterday. I think it popped up on my thing, and your Gas is Free jingle. Cool. I hope he appreciates it, and I hope you do well at it. It's a good jingle. Your gas is free. I think that's the last time I'm going to say that. Your gas is free. I think we need to draw a line under that. Webby's decided he don't want to come. He don't want to have out to do with us. So we'll just put a line under that and just wish him well on his way. And I enjoyed that. Thanks, Jim. I enjoyed that, Jim. Yeah, it were pretty good. Stewie, Kendo, Kitty, 21. Just people. Oh, he loves it, does he? Okay, good. Stewie, Kendo, Kitty, 21 and all. I'm just, see, that's what I'm doing. I'm reading stuff out. What a week it's been, though, hasn't it? What a week it has been. Uni, I don't know. Uni might not be on tonight. He's he sometimes sees his grandma on a Friday. But if he's in chat room, I'll drag him on later on. I'm going to drag Robert on later. Jimmy's going to come on about 10 o'clock. We spoke to him. He's got loads of new stuff, so we want to get through all that stuff as well. I mean, there's tons of stuff to talk about in news and in the not news as well. Jimmy Agony will be on about 10 o'clock. If he only wants to come on, I also want to get Robert on near the end. For like last half hour or so, and just tell him what he's just to talk to him about what he's thinking about with his new show that's going to be on this YouTube channel. You don't need a YouTube channel. You don't need fuck all, Robert. Come here. You can, we'll get this all sorted. I've been speaking to him today, so it looks like it's going to happen, and he wants to do it once every 2 weeks, or maybe even once a week. It's up to him. It's his gig. I don't mind at all, but it just gives people something else to listen to and stuff like that. So, he loves it. He loves the old, the stuff that's fucking old, isn't it? Anyway, so what's been going on? Well, fucking Georgia Guidestones got blowed up like fuck. That were brilliant. I mean, that was the day after we'd been on last time. Let's just have a quick look at this. I've got it on video. Let's just savor this moment. And look, I've seen this a lot. When this happened, I mean, we broke this pretty much straight away on the Raconteurs News Telegram fucking group or whatever. It's a group, and it's a Telegram group. Raconteurs News Telegram group, t.me/Raconteurs News. You'll find us on there. And we broke this pretty much it weren't long after Tuesday show. It was sometime on Wednesday, which was very, really, really interesting that the Georgia Guidestones. Now, there were a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's fuck, you got them all, didn't you? All these people." So everybody's got their own opinion. Someone blew it up, right? Which I think is probably the most important thing, that it's fucking gone, right? So either somebody blowed it up, but there's no video of them doing the planting or anything like that, but there's a video of a car. I'm going to show a video in a second that shows of a news report that I've picked up from YouTube. I'm going to play that in a minute. It were either a sign from God, or it was aliens, or it's some freedom fighter. Everyone's got a different opinion. The good thing is, I think everybody can agree on, is that these fucking things needed blowing up. They needed fucking blowing up. They needed to got rid of, right? It's just it were an abomination. It's been going on for years. It's from 1980s, I think they were put up. But anyway, I'm going to play this news segment that I've got here. Let me just share my screen, and we'll play this news segment. This is from an American news source, but this actually shows you the stones from a couple of different angles being blown up, and a car that they were looking for. But notice how there's no video of the people that are planting this device. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to pop that up on there. And here she is. It's from, I don't know where it's from. 11 Alive, which is a news channel in America, I suppose. Can we see that? All right, I'm going to play that now.
New tonight, we have our first look at the explosion at the Georgia Guidestones. The GBI just releasing this video hours ago, and you can see there is a bright flash, and then part of the structure explodes. The Guidestones are in Elbert County and were built back in 1979, but no one knows who put them up. This next video shows what the GBI has identified now as a car leaving the area shortly after that explosion. And while it reportedly shook some nearby homes, we're told there were no injuries. The structure has been demolished.
The structure has been demolished. Now, let me have a look. I just want to watch this again. What's interesting about this?
News app to use near me. 11 Alive News. A news app to use near me. 11 Alive News app to use.
Oh, fuck off. I do know I've got autoplay on this fucking shit. And I don't know what.
Also
I don't know
new
what.
tonight, we have our first look at the explosion at the Georgia Guidestones. The GBI just releasing this video hours ago, and you can see there is a bright flash, and then part of the structure explodes. The Guidestones are in Elbert County, and were built.
Can you just have a look at this? I've just noticed this myself, right? If you have a look at this video clip, if you notice this guide stone here, the one that collapses, it actually collapses. It looks like one of the World Trade Centers when it collapses. And I've just noticed this. So let me just, I just keep back a bit. Just have a look at this again. There's when the guide stone, just look at it. It looks like it just, it sort of collapses in it. And stops a little bit like World Trade Center 7.
The GBI just releasing this video hours ago, and you can see there is a bright flash, and then part of the structure explodes. The Guidestones in Elbert County, and were built back in 1979, but no one knows who put them up. This next video.
That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. I'll stop sharing that. So the Georgia Guidestones are gone. We are done with them. We're done with them. Conchetta, he was a class act, would have come down one go. Good. Hey, listen, I like this. It was fucking great. It were fucking. There are people that are saying, "Oh, this," but you're always going to get that. You're always going to get people that are going to say, "This, destroying evidence." Right. There you go, like a missile strike. It was the elite strike. You're always going to get it. Aren't we glad that these are gone? Aren't we? This is what we wanted in it. This is what I wanted anyway. I'd prefer this fucking shit to be gone. They called it the American Stonehenge. I don't know where they got that from. I mean, fucking hell. Stonehenge isn't even very big. I don't think Stonehenge is even as big as that, is it? But that were definitely not as old. They were only built in 80s by somebody who were a mysterious bloke. But let's face it, it's fucking America. It could be anybody. It could be any sort of fucking shit. But there you go. It's gone. Putin did it with a T-80, says Chris Partridge. Again, there's going to be all these sorts of... But this is the week it's been. We've had the guy, the former Japanese prime minister who were assassinated this morning in Japan, which is it's like there's no guns in Japan. Japan's gun laws are the amount of guns in Japan is probably less than in Britain and Wales. It's just non-existent. Gun crime is. I think there were about 16 gun murders last year. Or gun-related crimes in Japan. You'll have to look this up. I mean, all I'm trying to say is there's not a culture of having guns, and yet this guy's gone and has been assassinated. And again, we're probably going to find out that it was like a patsy or something like that. Stonehenge was relocated. Okay. The gun was homemade, apparently. Ah, right, okay. You see, who makes an homemade gun that works? I mean, he's got to be really, really, really committed to this, that he wants to kill this guy. And I don't know this guy. Obviously, in the press, in the media, it's been this guy was prime minister. I think he was prime minister twice, 2006, 2007, and then 20 somewhere for another number of years up until 2020. I think 2014 to 2020, somewhere like that. But he was the longest serving prime minister in Japan's history, and he's been assassinated. Now, obviously, the news press are talking about him in way, Martin Luther King ways. But I mean, he could have been, as far as we're concerned, he could have been a Tony Blair, and certainly I wouldn't be sharing a tear if the roles were reversed. It were Tony Blair that were, that guy was Tony Blair. I certainly wouldn't be losing any sleep and wouldn't shed a fucking single tear. In fact, I'd probably laugh a bit. That's terrible because somebody's died, but he's not a fucking real human. He can't be a real human, because if he's a real human, he wouldn't fucking have done that and killed all them people. But yeah, it's we don't know what he was like, what he was like. We don't know whether we were good, whether we were bad. Of course, he's got a halo above his head now because he's not he's not alive anymore, and that's what happens. Unfortunately, people do get a complete set of truth seekers. Tin Bum Tabloid. I don't know why, it's quite cryptic, that, isn't it? 3D printed to fire shotgun shells. That's right, it were a shotgun shell as well, weren't it? Which is, again, another sort of like red flag that he died, because there were reports that he died. There were reports that he was conscious at the scene, and there were reports that he was awake and that, his vital signs were he had some vital signs. So, he weren't dead when he left the scene, but he was dead by a couple of hours later. I did notice a couple of politicians also were a bit quick on the mark. It sort of reminded me of when JFK were assassinated, and it was printed in a New Zealand newspaper. Now, the New Zealand newspaper was printed before JFK had been assassinated, but the headline was there in New Zealand, right around the world in 1963, by the way, right around the world that this had taken place. So that's sort of what that reminds me of this. Whereas we've got, I think, one of these Tory cunts that wants to be Boris, wants to get into Boris Johnson's clown shoes, and I think they were saying, "Oh, it's terrible, R.I.P." and all that, even before he were dead. So again, there's connotations there that are of the 1963 assassination of JFK. When in New Zealand, it was, I think that a newspaper headline was printed before the assassination even happened. You'll have to look back at that. I'm just sort of dipping right back into my head for some knowledge. Yeah, look, I don't usually carry notes. I'm just too fucking lazy to do them. So everything I say is from my head. So sometimes it's sometimes it's not going to be accurate, but I'm pretty certain that I know there was some sort of, I'm sure it were even in Oliver Stone's JFK. So anyway, Tit and Bum Tabloid says Boris 2.0 revenge of the twuntish clown shoe. Again, this is another thing. We were talking about it on Tuesday night. We knew Boris were going to resign. It was just a question of when. And he's gone. He's not gone, has he? He's fucking said, can I stay a bit, though? I don't want to move house again. Let me stay until you've made your minds up who you want leading. See, this is just crazy. It's fucking crazy. The guy's never not resigned until he's resigned to the Queen, gone to the Queen and said, I resign my government. So all sorts of different constitutional things here. But again, they're moving goalposts, aren't they? I mean, if you look at what they were doing prior to him resigning, apparently he was told that by Michael Gove that he had until 9 o'clock to resign. And so he sacked Michael Gove, whatever his name is, sacked him at 8:59, so he couldn't fucking do it. That was the night before he resigned. Just ridiculous. Just a ridiculous pantomime, and we're only going to get just the same as what we've got now. Only we, probably straighter, more used hair, brushed hair and stuff like that. So, greetings, Planet Earth, says Rex George. Thank you, George. Greetings, Planet. Are we on Planet Earth, though? The CERN thing's opened up as well. So, CERN app. So, this week, right, let's just put this into perspective. This week, this has just been a quiet week. It's the silly season. It's summer. No ever happens. Parliament's going to not really fucking do it out because, they're trying to get rid of Boris. So, we have Boris Johnson resigning. We have CERN being switched on. We have the anniversary of my leg falling off. We have the assassination of this former Japanese prime minister. And we've got the Georgia Guidestones blowed up, which is fucking... what a week. When I said earlier on, obviously I was being facetious when I wrote the thing for this, and I said there's not really been. Right, okay, thank you. Thank you for that, Matt. I'm going to. I'll read that out in a second. Let me fucking mark that. I knew it was something though. I knew they were a New Zealand thing. I knew it. Thank you. Thanks, Matt. I can't remember what we were talking about before. Yeah, the Georgia Guidestones blowed up. Jackman shot. Boris done a runner, and Elton John is still alive. Elton John. Hey dear. They can't get rid of him, can they? For WRC, don't forget the Dutch farmers. Yeah, of course, the Dutch farmers, the German farmers as well, and the Belgian farmers. I'm sure Jimmy's going to have this. He's going to be on in a minute. I'm pretty certain of that. Yeah, the Dutch farmers. We've got it all. It's all going on. It's all happening all over the world. Italy are now protesting as well. They want they want their prime minister to go. It's a little bit like when we did Brexit. Everyone else wanted to do Brexit. You know, you got Frexit and Itexit and Finexit and fucking Norexit or whatever. In fact, Norway's not even in EU, is it? But you know what I mean. You got all these things afterwards, and now they're doing saying they want to get rid of their fucking prime minister just because ours has decided to fucking resign. And to be fair, I would have left him there because although I hate the cunt, I mean, whoever's coming next is going to be fucking worse. It's going to be completely fucking worse. You know, because they get the boof going on about. They get the little. It's a little bit like a new manager coming into a football club. People. The players that then are playing for the new manager. So, you know, they're playing for the new manager and they play better than they have been for the manager that got sacked. And that's just the way it is. Dutch, Germans, the Italians, Ukrainians, Frexit, German farmers, we're all here. Oh, we need somebody to fill us in. Jimmy, fill us in, man. Evening. How you doing?
Hey, Jay.
Oh, you're fucking skin coloured today.
Yeah, well, I usually like to make the most of the evening light, but it doesn't work out that well on camera, so it makes me look like I'm in darkness in the background. So just put on some fake light just for tonight.
Well, I can see fucking moon from here, but I've been able to see it all day. All day I've been able to see moon.
That's a new moon.
Is that what they call a new moon? I saw a thing on Facebook. I don't know how true it were, but it said that like there was a particular time today that where all the land on the earth was in sunlight, not the, and that just seems fucking weird to me. That just seems weird sort of shit. But I can't see. I think it was 7 a.m. Eastern time. I'll try and find it. But anyway, how are you doing, mate?
I'm wrecked, man. I'm absolutely fucking wrecked. You know, I got your message there about what was it? About 7 o'clock or 7:30 when I got home from work, and so my legs feel like jelly, and but you know that's okay. The brain is still sort of working, so that's okay. I can live with that, you know.
All right. Well, you didn't have to come on, mate. I could have.
No, it was grand, man. Because you know I've been getting into this routine of just taking a few notes and just take a note of bits of pieces of bullshit that are going on in the world, you know, and so you know, it's not like I have to come in and just wing it, you know. So I do have kind of like, unlike yourself, you're able to wing it. Like I can't wing it, you know. So I kind of need a script, you know.
Well, that's all I ever fucking do is wing it. Because if I try and have a script or give me some guidelines, I just go off on fucking tangents. So yeah, no I ever write is no I ever say is fucking written down. So where do we start with this news this week, Jim?
Well, you started in the right place with the Georgia Guidestones, man, and I've been noticing like it's triggering all sorts of crazy people, you know, in all sorts of weird directions, you know. It's like, oh, this is what we've been waiting for, right? Is it? Are you sure? Like, I mean, like one of the weirdest fucking things about this whole episode was that the next day that they had it all tumbled and it was on the fucking ground, they had a cat digger or whatever the fuck was in there. Surely that was a fucking crime scene, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's got echoes of 9/11. The way I see it, like, why the fuck were they demolishing a crime scene?
That's an interesting point, and I don't know if you were watching, but did you see where I pointed out that the initial stone that was damaged seemed to fall like that, like in a down, like almost like Twin Towers.
Almost, but when you look at the rubble, like, it clearly didn't just go to dust like the Twin Towers, so
No,
I just thought,
yeah.
Carry on,
mate.
Jay.
No, you carry on, mate. I wasn't interrupting you.
No, it's okay. It's just hard to coordinate sometimes, but but it is. I just thought that the stupidest thing about this is, like, where were the investigators? Did they get the job done in super quick time? Like, I looked at that video over and over, and I couldn't see any bright flash. I thought there was it looked like the street light to the rear sort of like raised in intensity for a while, and I was looking at that video over and over and over again. It almost looked like it was taken out with a tank. I was thinking an RPG, but maybe one of the RPGs that were sort of like laundered off from Ukraine. I thought maybe some terrorist had smuggled it back in and taken it out, but I didn't see any bright flash as such. Am I mad here or what? Or are my eyes not working?
Well, shall we just have another look?
Yeah.
I'll just share this, unless you've got a fucking better one.
No, your video is just as good as the one I've got. I have one, but it's yours is just as good.
Right, yours will work better than mine. Go on, because mine will be running through this computer, which is running this. So if you put yours,
okay. Well, hold on. Just let me get organized, and I'll need to I'll have to move to window capture mode, and let's see what basically where's my bloody notes? Here we go. Here, so. I'm just going to keep clicking and winding back here and just see if we can just see anything unusual.
Yeah, I mean, there's been people saying that it were a lightning bolt. There's people been saying it's obviously they're saying it's a fucking. But I noticed they've got footage of a vehicle leaving, but they've got no footage of somebody planting this device.
Yeah.
So if they're saying that the vehicle leaving has had something to do with this, the only thing I can surmise from that is that if somebody's in a vehicle, they've thrown a grenade, right? That's all I can see. That's all I can think of. That is that they've thrown a grenade and it's blown it up, and then they've fucked off. That's the only way that those people in that car can be perpetrators. Otherwise, we'd see them on this video or on a video. There would be a video, wouldn't you think?
Absolutely. I'm just looking at this now. It's like a targeted strike. There's no way that was a planted bomb. It just very, very specifically took out a very particular stone. The more I look at it now, and I've been thinking about this, I thought initially that it might have been a rocket, but I'm just not seeing a rocket. I'd swear it was a tank. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I can't see a rocket. I can't see any bright flash. And if there was a bomb went off at the base of one of those stones there, surely it would have done some damage to some of the surrounding stones. But 3 of those stones plus the capstone remained intact.
Well, I can say that what all this footage really proves to us is that the Earth is not flat. As we can see, there's a round bit there.
Yeah. Well, come here.
I'm joking. It's a joke. That were a joke. But yeah, your rocket theorem does sound. And is there any significance from which stone it was?
That's what I've been wondering, It'd be nice to know which stone it was.
It was the English written stone, apparently.
Really? Yeah? So, Hey, check this out, right? Came across an interview with Tim Russett with George W. Bush. I don't know the date of this, like, and I'm going to focus on the number 322, right?
Okay.
What does that mean for America? Conspiracy theorists are going to go on. I'm sure they are. I don't know. I haven't seen the rest. Number 322.
Now we keep losing sound on that, mate. It keeps cutting out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It seems to be playing all right at my end. But basically, right, what Tim Russett is doing here, he's quizzing George W. about this number 322. And basically what George Bush is saying, like, well, 322, he's not on the ticket, i.e. like on the ticket for the presidency, like, you know. So Russett is quizzing George W. Bush, and what's the significance of 322? And what the fuck was 322? So, long description. The Georgia Guidestones are located on Guidestones Road, just east of Hartwell, in the North Elbert County, Georgia. The Guidestones are 5 large granite slabs set upright with a capstone and inscribed with text in several different languages. There is another slab of stone to the west of the Guidestone set in the ground containing the time capsule. Now, the date to be opened does not appear on the marker. The marker was placed on March 22, which is 322 in 1980.
Yeah.
Now, and the interview with Tim Russell, I'm sorry, it's playing all right here at this end, like, you know, so I'm not sure why it's kind of garbled at your end. But
I think it's because it keeps, you know, when it goes to a bit of silence, it cuts out, and then when they start talking again, it cuts back in, but it cuts back in too late, so it like makes it, you know, jittery.
Okay. Well, 322 basically is George W. Bush is saying that it's a man. It's his idea in a man. Like, and some people are wondering who the hell that man might be. And it's kind of like, it is believed in certain circles that the dude who commissioned the stones and sort of like built them was the guy from CNN. I should have taken note of his bloody name.
Dan Rather.
No, hold on a second. I think I can get him up here. Multilingual license,
just while you're saying that, Wigan Joker says, were the stones built on a ley line? And also, Robert has said the stones are 666 miles from the UN headquarters in New York City.
I liked it.
Ted Turner, are you talking about?
Ted Turner, yeah, Ted Turner. Yeah. Now, many believe it was Ted Turner. That's an interesting question about the ley lines. I don't know, actually. That would be an interesting one to look up. It probably I would not be at all surprised. Really, I really would not be at all surprised. So,
well, I think the ley lines coming up with just mentioning with Jimmy mentioning ley lines. I think that fucking ley lines are the natural sort of grid, electrical grid for the Earth. I think that's what they are, and I think that's what what's his name were getting at, fucking Tesla, when he were doing all this sort of stuff. But anyway, that's another thing. But yeah, ley lines, very interesting question.
Have you ever heard them referred to as the salt lines?
The salt lines.
Yeah, lines of salt.
I think I have.
Yeah?
I've definitely heard the term salt lines, so...
Where are you anyway? I can't see you. I can't see you there. I'm looking at me fucking self.
I'm here, mate. Here, look. This is me, not that.
Oh, you're back. I'm looking in the wrong place here. I can't get used to this video shit, man. It's like mad. You know, I come from the old school fucking just radio. You didn't have to worry about fucking looking cool and hip or nothing, like. And
so what's your what's your gut feeling on what's happened to these Georgia Guidestones? Who do you think's not who do you think's responsible? But where's your gut going? Where's it taking you? Where are you most interested in?
Well, I have to say, I like Richie from Boston's view, and this is an inside fucking job, and they're sending a message, and it's possibly like it's a statement, and possibly they're saying, right, this shit is coming into effect right fucking now. So, I don't necessarily see it as a good thing, I really don't. And, it's got the fact that there's no investigation, that there didn't appear to be any investigation whatsoever. It was like a cover up. Why are you covering this fucking shit up? Like,
okay,
surely you'd want to preserve the fucking site and gather your forensic evidence and figure out what type of explosives were used, or was it a rocket? Was it a cannon? And was there any footprints?
Were there any bits any bits that you could, any forensic you can identify that's from where it were bought from? I mean, they found out what were on fucking Lockerbie bomb apparently, but they can't with these Guidestones. That makes me I've thought about it, but I'm not really, given it any sort of, I bet it's that, or I bet it's this, or I bet it's that. I've just sort of looked at it, but I've had a look at history, right? And I'm just on Wikipedia page here, right? This is what it says about the Georgia Guidestones, and it does refer to them as were, right? So when it says at the beginning, it says were, but it says in the construction, in June 1979, a man using the pseudonym Robert C. Christian approached the Elberton Granite Finishing Company on behalf of a small group of loyal Americans and commissioned the structure. Christian explained that the stones would function as a compass, calendar, and clock and should be capable of withstanding catastrophic events. Obviously not fucking explosive, so... tank fire. The man reportedly used the pseudonym as a reference to his Christian religion. Christian said he wanted a granite monument built that could rival the British Neolithic monument Stonehenge, which, by the way, that's what they've been referring to as in the press, is the American Stonehenge. So that worked.
Yeah.
Drawing inspiration, blah, blah, blah. However, he said that they were an impressive Stonehenge. He had no message to communicate. Right, so what he was saying was Stonehenge were impressive, but it had no message to communicate that you could read. So what he wanted to do was build a similar sort of thing in America with a message on it. And this is fucking weird, isn't it? Yeah, these are strange days, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Joe Fendley of Elberton Granite believed that Christian was a nut and attempted to discourage him by providing a price quote for the commission, which was several times higher than any project that the company had ever previously taken, explaining the Guidestones would require additional tools and consultants. To Fendley's surprise, Christian accepted the quote. When arranging payment, Christian claimed he represented a group that had been planning the Guidestones for 20 years and which wanted to remain anonymous. The location was chosen because of the high amount of local granite and the weather would be ideal for the monument. The total cost of the project was not revealed, but it was over $100,000.
Which probably at the time was probably quite a...
1979.
Yeah, probably $1 million.
So you're talking at least, what, in today's money, $100,000 in 79, you're probably talking about $3 million now, $2 million?
Easily, yeah. That Christensen dude, I think it's believed that Christensen was a pseudonym for somebody else. Like
he called himself, what did he call himself? I mean, can anybody do like, what's them things where you jumble fucking letters and anagrams? Who can do anagrams? Anagram, Robert C. Christian. See if you can anagram that. Someone anagram it. Robert C. Christian. Let's fucking crack this code now. They'll make a film about this, me and you, Jimmy. I'll be played by Oh, I don't know, some fucking paedophile or other, and so will you.
Oh,
You know,
some
it's
rapist on
fucking
the side of
Hollywood,
the
isn't it?
motorway. A rapist on the motorway.
Yeah, I'll be played by a rapist on fucking M180 who's fucking raping his own fucking mates.
I couldn't
R.T.
believe that
Christian.
story, man. Couldn't believe that story you brought out last week, man. It was fucking nuts.
That's the real story. That honestly, I was so ashamed of myself.
Yeah. I think there was also something about. I think who else was involved in it? I think Yoko Ono. I think was passionate believer on everything on the Stones. I can't find it back now. It's famous believers. Yeah, Yoko Ono is a supporter of the inscriptions on the Stones, saying the words are a stirring call to the rational thinking. The call she refers to, the call she refers to are instructions for basic concepts required to rebuild civilization following a nuclear doomsday. Of course, others believe it is an occult structure used for pagan rituals. So, like, there's lots to read into. There's lots, I tell you what, there's been so much conspiracy around these stones, and it's just ironic that it just get blown up in this fashion, and no investigation is ever going to happen. And what the fuck is in the time capsule? Are we going to get to are they going to open the time capsule?
Fuck knows. Listen, this guy, I'm looking at this Wikipedia page and it's just fucking throwing stuff at me. It's like slapping me. It's like fucking David Icke's coming with a wet fucking conspiracy fish and he's slapping me in the face with it. I'm reading this fucker here. Listen to
David.
this.
Yeah.
The monument was located off Georgia State Route 77, around 7 miles north of the city of Elberton. So it's fucking on Route 77. It's 7 miles north of Elberton, 777, and it were it was 6, weren't it, when it fucking got blown up? I think someone probably a dyslexic fucking terrorist, domestic terrorist. Someone will get nicked for it. You know that, don't you? Someone will get nicked for it.
No.
By the way, sorry, Jimmy. Just before I say out, nobody had the Georgia Guidestones in the death sweep, so unlucky, because that would have counted. Under 70 years old.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. But it was fascinating. I was listening to your favorite Irish interviewee the other day, and he's kind of depressed about the destruction of the Stones.
Oh, of course he is. He's a fucking stupid fat cunt.
I couldn't believe it. It's like and to add fucking more salt to the wound is that he's now on the fucking lightning fucking story, right? He's there. He said, "Oh, it's definitely taken down by lightning," and then he's linking it all to CERN, and obviously CERN has fucking changed reality and has caused some sort of a shift. And do you know what? I'm starting to think that cunt's a fucking nutcase. I'm not even going to mention his fucking name because I know some people like him and all, but I have to say, the last couple of weeks, the vitriol that's been coming out of his mouth, directed at Christians, and I said, like, where's the man that's accepting of everything and all ideas?
Fucking vitriol coming out of his mouth. That's your first fucking. That is your first fucking your first red flag. Vitriol coming out. You don't hear vitriol coming out of my mouth. I'll take piss out of somebody or say I don't like him, but I won't fucking be rude or overly nasty. I might just take piss a little bit, and sometimes I go a bit too fucking far, like with these sheep farm boys. I didn't when I first I listened to it and I didn't like it. Right now, that's not mean to say that what they're doing is crap. It's just that I didn't. It weren't for me. I probably got on wrong episode and heard first introduction. I heard first 15 minutes, and I just couldn't take any more. So people take it that I think that I don't think that the crap at all. It's just not me. It just didn't fucking do out for me with that. But I might have dropped on a bad episode. So
I listened to some of that actually, and I kind of I'm listening to them, and clearly they're doing their research, and I kind of like what they're doing, but it's not my scene really, because I'm not that interested in focusing in too deeply on the individuals that they're talking about. They're irrelevant. So it wouldn't be my cup of tea either, Jay. Just not my cup of tea. But maybe there's some other episodes that I probably would really like. But I did try to listen to them as well. But I switched off after about 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're talking about Thomas Sheridan. Of course, we're talking about Thomas Sheridan. And everybody. I think this cropped up in Telegram group about Thomas Sheridan. I told the story on this show about what happened with me and Thomas Sheridan, and how we didn't like it, and how he found out how we're doing impressions of him and what have you, and didn't want me. He was coming on show and didn't want me on because he'd fucking heard the impressions that I was doing of him. So,
and there you go, Jay. Isn't that just? I've been liking Thomas through the scamdemic and all that, but the last couple of weeks, all this hate and this, and now we're on fucking CERN and how it's fucking causing lightning bolts, and God is farting lightning bolts from the sky and taking down one of the fucking stones, and he's not happy because he thought these stones were sort of iconic and a beautiful fucking thing. And no, I'm sorry, and he's making fun of people who don't like the concept of what's been said on the stones, and he's saying, you're afraid of a couple of stones, fucking idiots and fucking.
Well, shall I tell you what did it for me? Shall I tell you what turned me with this comment? Right, this for me was the fucking most ridiculous comment ever that I ever saw, and this is where I first turned, and then I had to interview him, right? And I had to fucking interview him with Andy, and I had to fucking sit there and be a good boy, right? And then afterwards, on another show, I fucking started doing impressions of him, right? And then somebody fucking sent him the impressions of him, and then Andy had booked him on again, right? And Andy had booked him on. And I fucking said, I don't want to talk to this cunt. Anyway, so I took the night off. I think I went to football or something. But that was the thing, you see. That was what happened with fucking Thomas Sheridan. So and this was the absolute fucking. He was trying to make a fucking point, right? He said this, right? So Bob Marley died of cancer. Why didn't he just smoke a few joints? And then well, yeah, obviously it did. What the point we're trying to make were cannabis has no fucking health benefit for cancer patients, which we don't know whether it does or it don't. But we've got the evidence that somebody sent me the other day. That what were I talking about? I was talking about it last week, weren't I? Oh.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. We're talking about the cannabinoid receptors in our bodies, and how, there's certain. Yeah, no, this is well documented, and for somebody who comes from the pagan natural healing, but you think that they'd be a little bit more receptive to ideas that, especially when it comes to natural healing, and I would have imagined that a person like that would have been a little bit more open to natural healing methods rather than pharmacia,
Yeah, that was the point where I thought, Ray, I'm not Ray, because it don't matter what his point of view is, but to then try to make other people's, because he knows he influences people, so he knows that is going to influence people against looking into that sort of thing. So I just that was the thing, that was the part of me, and then I've got to fucking interview with cunt, Anna. And I can't really remember it. Look, I'll try and find it. It might not. It might be on YouTube. It might not. But if you go back and look on YouTube, it might be on YouTube, because when we started, we were on Spreaker, And Spreaker, what they did, they started to then upload it to YouTube for you, right? So it'd do it for you. So you do your show on Spreaker, then it'd upload it to YouTube. That's why a lot of the YouTube videos from early on have got fucking hardly any hardly any fucking views on them, because people used to listen on Spreaker. So there's a lot of there were a time where it was just on Spreaker, and I've got them all somewhere, but
Yeah.
I'll have to find it out. I mean, these are all fucking, it's all good. And listen, if anyone wants to hear me having a row with somebody early on, like back in the day, just fucking put in Raconteurs News, John Irwin. URWIN. Irwin, John Irwin. Me and on Raconteurs News, I had him on. We had a fucking rate row, and it was really weird. But anyway, go on.
I'd just love to hear your impression of Thomas Sheridan. The actual the way you said it, like your impressions of him. Can you still do it, or do you think you could pull that out of the bag? Oh, I shouldn't say that.
No, I don't. Out of the bag, another one.
Anyway, it'd be nice to hear that. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear. What was it that sort of sent fucking Thomas Sheridan off the rail? It was probably you that fucking done it to him.
Well, another thing as well is he said fucking. He said. He said. He said he was never doing them again. He was never doing any, no more shows or fuck all or anything. And he just disappeared for a bit, and then he fucking reappears again. I mean, if you're not going to do out again, if I say I'm not going to do out again, I'm not going to do it anymore. That'll be it. Right? I won't be doing a comeback or if I say I'm not doing anymore, I'm not fucking doing anymore. And that's how it should be. Because then you know where you stand, don't you? Whereas, like, if you're like fucking Thomas Sheridan, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing. It's fucking. Anyway, what else you got for us? Come on, give us something else. We've talked about Georgia Guidestones. We've done that to death, haven't we?
Yeah. Like, we're never going to get any further with the Georgia Guidestones anyway, because we're not in the fucking secret society. So we may as well just park it fucking there. So, what else was on? I'll tell you what, there's just been so fucking much going on this week. And
tell us about, you should know some of this. Tell us about what's been going on in Holland. And I think it's spilled over into Belgium or Germany.
Oh, God, yeah. Holland is an interesting one because basically with that, there was the shooting at the tractor the other fucking day, right? And basically, what they done was they shot at a 16-year-old kid. There was a 16-year-old kid driving that tractor, right? So basically, they're firing at children. Like and this is not the first time. Like these Dutch cops are very, very trigger happy, very, very trigger happy, and the fact that they're shooting now at children is just unreal. I thought I had something down about the Dutch tractor thing. Let's see if I can find it back. Like while I'm not having much luck finding it back. I'll tell you what. If I use my tags, maybe if I use my tags, I might be able to find the damn thing. But basically, this contagion of farmers' protests is going to. It's spreading. It's actually the farmers are now sort of starting to join up with German farmers, and we've got the Italian farmers and the Polish farmers all joining in on this activism. Like I think we had videos of the at the roundabout there somewhere between Holland and Germany, where the German farmers and the Dutch farmers met up together basically, and they sort of blocked off a highway there. But I have a video here. I actually have a video here. Let me switch over. I've got a video of the actual shooting incident, just for anybody who hasn't seen it, like, basically. So this is the shooting incident.
Hey, Wappers, jongen, wapens.
Wapens.
Hey, wapens is dat?
Wapens.
Is het een film? Ja, het is een film met een schietdek. Bro, ga blijven. De ding ook niet.
So that's kind of funny. There's a couple of Dutch lads there. They're in there like and they're laughing at all. They're surprised, but they're also laughing like they're probably smoking a few doobies at the same fucking time while they're watching this fucking shit going down. Like, did you hear the cracks of the weapons there? And did you see that, Jay?
I didn't hear cracks at weapons. Again, the thing kept cutting out. It just sometimes it went. I think what happens with whatever you're using, that when the audio is at a certain level, it cuts out. So we don't hear low things, and then when things do come louder, they cut in.
Okay. Right.
They cut in, and you, yeah.
I'm going to have to work on that. That sounds like a clipping issue. That's probably a clipping issue. But like basically they were shooting at the tractor there. It turned out afterwards that it was a little boy. I think this is him being arrested here. Look at him here. Like, there's no audio on this now, but very gung ho with the guns.
Yeah, but
you know.
Did you notice the copper behind? The copper behind were the one that like sort of got him to put his gun away. The woman behind him. If you see, look, watch her.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. You're right. So it's a sensible head there, right? Fair enough.
Yeah.
They probably realised that it was just a child. And that's all he was, 16-year-old, that child, basically. So that came in. That was came in from Twitter afterwards. I think it was Twitter actually identified the young lad. They identified his name. Police opened fire, 16-year-old in a tractor yesterday. Video showed the boy is now in jail. The government deployed armoured units. Like, they gave his name, not his full name, just gave his first name and stuff like that. But there's been loads of other little bits and pieces going on. In Alkmaar, farmers with tractors besieged a police station to force the release of protesters in custody. So that was actually a successful operation. You know, these farmers in Alkmaar, they actually did manage to get their comrades out. Dutch police detaining protesting farmers, but were forced to let them go. The police station is completely blocked by tractors, which simply forced the police to obey, basically. So there's loads of stuff going down. Like so, we had over 20 distribution centres of major supermarket chains were affected. Riot police deployed with batons and tear gas to evict protesters on the A32 highway. This is the one where the child was shot at. Twitter users identified the tractor driver as 16-year-old Jouke. Jouke, that sounds like a girl's name. Jouke. Or maybe Frauke, I don't know. He was said to be in custody and charged with attempted manslaughter. Canadian website Countersignal wrote, the World Economic Forum controlled Dutch government announced last week that an end to modern farming, putting harsh controls on nitrogen and spelling the end to thousands of family farms. So basically, like, you know, the way I'm reading this, Jay, and I could be wrong. You know, I could be totally wrong about this shit. Like, but you know, everybody's worried. Like, we think that they're shutting down the whole sources of food and stuff like that, and they probably are going to try and do that temporarily. You know, which is my idea. Like, because like they're not fucking stupid. You know, I see this as a land grab. This is basically a goddamn land grab, you know. So what they're going to try and do is force all these farmers out of business, force them to sell their properties, sell their lands, and then it'll be left free for the likes of people with a bit of cash to spare, like oligarchs and stuff like that, to buy up the land at a cheap price, or maybe not so cheap, but like cheap enough, like, and get control of all these like prime farming areas so that they can profit then going off into the future in their new system that they're about to set up. Like that's just my read on it.
Well, do you know what? I think that they want an end to organic stuff. Now, I noticed something. I went to Coast last week, and when we were on our way into the little town that we were stopping in, they were strawberry picking. And I said to her, because we'd had some a couple of days before, me and my missus had some strawberries and cream. And I said, "Oh, the strawberry picking, we should go." And like I said, "No, obviously we're just jokes. I'm not fucking picking strawberries." But what I did notice is when I used to go strawberry picking with my mum and dad, you'd have to fucking bend down and pick strawberries up. Now these were all on tables,
right?
So they were all grown on tables. Now, I mean, this is really a good way to. Obviously, it's a good way to grow them. Then people don't have to bend down to pick them up when pick your own strawberry area. When you do have them where you are, like fields where it's pick your own strawberries.
Not that I know, but I'm not saying that they don't exist. Like, but basically,
right, okay.
Yeah, they probably do exist, but just not around here.
But all I'm trying to say is that they're trying to make even farming more convenient. So that'll end up all being factory stuff. Everything will be factory. It won't be. There'll be no farms left. There'll be factory farms, like big agriculture is fucking just as bad as big pharma.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's you're on my wavelength then. So because that's the way I'm seeing it. Like they want to push all the small farms out, and sort of like amalgamate all these small holdings into larger holdings, basically.
All in the name of climate change and to protect the planet. Which I mean, how can you argue with that? You want to protect the planet, don't you?
Well, even my mum gets it now, and this is how fucking absurd this climate change thing is. This global warming bullshit, and clearly there's climate change going on, and that's another kettle of fish. But the global warming is pure another crap, just crap, shit science. In fact, it's just pure lies, and we've known it's lies for about 20 years now.
Yeah. It's happening all over the place. It's fucking. It's an absolute fucking joke. They want a big stranglehold on everything. Big everything. It's big. Fucking too big to fail. Big everything. Let me just. I want to read a couple of these out that I got earlier on. Matt Caddy says, Jason, the New Zealand paper said Lee Harvey Oswald had killed JFK before he was arrested. Right, okay, that clears that up. That was what we were talking about earlier on. And Tit and Bum Tabloid, I think we're talking about Sheep Farm News here, or Sheep Farm, whatever it is. It says, just like Raconteurs News for me, Jace, it took 3 episodes until I could crack one off. So, yeah, perhaps I'm not getting it enough. I'm not getting it enough. I will get it. I'll get it a little bit more. I will get it some more. I'll definitely could listen to a couple of episodes and try and I'll have a listen. I'll make a fucking point of it. Because people like us, we need supporting each other. We need to support each other, don't we? And I really don't like saying I don't like things. I didn't even like saying I didn't like Thomas Sheridan, and I really don't like that cunt. I really, really don't like that cunt. As far as I'm concerned, he's like this fucking bulbous-headed fucking beetroot fucking face cunt with fucking ginger fucking shit coming off all his head and all that sort of bollocks. But I even felt bad about that because I even feel bad about saying that now. You see what I mean? I'm just a man of conscience. I can't help it.
Right. You're all right. I'm just speaking negatively about him because most of the time I think he's all right. But just last couple of weeks now, I just think he's losing the fucking plot, man. So I'm parking him for a little while.
Yeah, right. I'm going to get Rob on and talk about his show because he wants to go to bed, so he's just popped into the chat room. So I'm going to get him on. We're going to talk about his show. I'll just pop this in chat room. This is for you, Robert. We'll talk about what you're going to be talking about. I mean, this is really exciting. I'm really good about it. I think I'm feeling really good about this. That we're going to get some more shows on that people can watch that are nice. Whereas I don't, I can do it now in a way I can do it now in a way, whereas I'm not having to do much myself. So other people can use this facility, you know what I mean? But obviously I want them to always have the RN logo and always, like, you know, fucking big nice and that. But I'm pretty good about this. I like
be nice.
yeah, be nice. Yeah, well, you've got to be, haven't you? Otherwise we lose it.
Well, it's not about being nice. It's about, like, not triggering those fucking bots. And this is, like, it's a big responsibility coming onto this show, because so many people depend on. Because I didn't realize it until a few months back, like, how dependent people become on these sources. Like, it's not always just the channel, it's not always just you, Jason, but it's also, like, the interaction in the chat, because, like, people have developed friendships and connections over the years, you know, and they kind of, like, this is their outlet, like, you know. So and, like, you can't just come in and just start talking about the plagues and stuff like that. Like, you have to be aware that the bots are on the watch 24/7. Yeah, it's a big responsibility, you know.
Robert, how are you doing, my friend?
Hi, Robert.
Hi, chaps. How are you? You all right? Had a busy day. Sorry, man. I'm really tired. Had a really busy day, and tomorrow I got an early start. I'm going to the lovely Stratford upon Avon to see my son for the weekend. So I got an early start tomorrow. So yeah.
No problem. Well, just tell us what you got in mind for your show, because we've had a brief interaction. And, that's probably about as much as you're going to get from me.
Yeah,
but
we briefly spoke, didn't we, earlier on Telegram chat. I mean, basically, so you asked for people to come up with ideas, and I said to you, I'm quite happy to try and front a show about health.
Well, I had you in mind when I came up with that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm very happy to do it. The sort of thing that I'm looking to do is maybe a minimum of maybe just 1 hour for the first show, just to see what people are looking for, really. Because, like what Jimmy just said there about, you know, there's a lot of chat that goes on in the chat room as well. And I think that it's important to know, you know, that these people are the people that we're all interacting with, isn't it? And it'd be good to know what they want. So the sort of thing that I'm looking towards, which I was saying to you, Jason, was that I can do a health theme, and maybe I'm looking at getting people on that that can talk a specific subject. So whereas you guys, you'll get someone on that does news stuff about, you know, conspiracy or whatever, Jason. Maybe I can get someone on who specialises in hemp, or who specialises in distilled water, you know, specific subjects. So what I want to do is maybe the first show that we go to, you know, I open it up and I start talking to the people in the chat room and see what they're looking for as well, because, like you say, it's their show, isn't it? It's all of our show, if you see what I mean. And see what people think of that idea, you know. And I mean, I know a lot about, I take a lot of nutrition. I know a lot about vitamins and minerals and stuff like that. And, you know, maybe I can interact with people in the chat room and see what they do, you know, how they encounter their own health problems or issues, and you know, and just interact with them that way.
You could have specific, you know, if you just like, if you're just going to do your first show and you're going to be on your own, you're not going to have a guest or what have you, and you're going to go off the chat room, just have a specific, you know, a subject to start from.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of material that I can do. You know, I'm quite happy to, and then just take it from there. But yeah, I mean, again, I'll still try and get someone that we can maybe get on the show and an interview maybe in the future, if that's what people want. Can you get
for erectile dysfunction? Asking for a friend.
Don't talk about Jimmy like that.
Jimmy's your mate as well, you know.
About this Jimmy.
About Jimmy, how are you?
Jimmy O, I was thinking, yeah.
He's gonna fucking love you for that one. You know he's not watching right now. That's why you can get away with that.
Yeah.
Somebody says, "Are you going to have people checking for lumps and that?"
Well, yeah, why not?
I think Jimmy O knows. Jimmy O knows I love him to bits. You know.
Yeah.
Look, listen. This is something I'm really excited about, Robert. Honestly, I am. I want to.
I mean, I'm quite happy to talk about my background again. You know, where I came from. You know, I think just to remind people. You know, I did 10 years in the NHS. I was a diabetic retinal screener, so I specialise in eyes. So I know a lot about eye health and stuff like that. So yeah, and I've been taking a lot of nutrition for the last 10 years as well. I try and look after myself, but like you guys, I mean, I'm human, and I used to do a lot of the wacky backy, as we used to say, and now I'm off that sort of thing, and now I'm more into trying to, use products such as that for health reasons rather than pleasurable. Get out your get stoned reasons.
Well, yeah, so, you also sent us some salve, which
I did,
swears by rubbing on her chest when she had a cough. Yeah. I mean, honestly, she got me to rub it on her chest.
Yeah.
But, swears by it. So, it's not medical advice; it's health advice, isn't it?
No, exactly.
It's all about our well-being.
And exactly. And what we'll do is we'll clarify right at the beginning that everything that I say is just chat. It's not legal advice, or and we'll cover our bums that way, if you see what I mean. I mean, you talk about the salve, Jason, and I went to a chill fest at the weekend. I saw. I don't mind telling you, I saw ABC. They were bloody brilliant. I don't know if you like ABC.
From Sheffield.
Is he from Sheffield?
They're from Sheffield, yeah.
All right, yeah. The Lexicon of Love is 40 years old now. Can you believe that?
Wow.
That album is 40 years old, and he still sounds amazing. He absolutely he sounds amazing. I saw him, and who else? Tony Hadley as well. He was very good, from Spandau Ballet, and some other old 70s bands, The Real Thing and Heatwave. Those are the key four that I saw. And anyway, but the point is, whilst I was at this thing, because it's outside, I twisted my ankle, and the next day I was in a lot of pain. So I got my salve out and I put it on my ankle, and within 2 days, completely gone.
Your ankle's completely gone?
Yeah, my ankle's it's turned into, I'm now ankleless, a bit like you, Jason, legless.
So come here, Robert, what would you think about this, the placebo effect? Does the placebo effect play a huge role?
Yeah, I think so, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, placebo, I'm into placebo effect. I'm also, there's a lot of evidence to say that even healing from a distance healing is meant to work. I believe there was a study done on it, and again, CBD oil removes cataracts. Great. I don't know about that one. I'll be interested to hear some evidence. I'll see some evidence about that, but I never heard that within the NHS. But then you're never going to hear stuff like that within the NHS, because again, when you're working with eyes in the NHS, it's all about just like giving them drugs and stuff. I mean, one of the reasons why I don't work for the NHS anymore is because I had a disagreement with them, because they just didn't like me talking about natural therapies, and natural alternatives to drugs and stuff like that. But there are a lot of stuff that you can take, for your eyes and stuff like that. So CBD oil, that's an interesting one.
I was fascinated today, Robert, to see that you put a post up. Sorry, Jason, didn't mean to interrupt you, but you put an interesting post up with a link to Clive de Carl.
Yeah, I love a bit of Clive de Carl. He's been on the show, hasn't he?
I hadn't realised that he was on Telegram, so I've managed to subscribe to his channel. Fair play. Thanks for posting that, my friend.
No, that's okay. He loves his memes.
Right.
Jimmy,
Okay. Right. Right.
You've got, so you might get fed up with his memes every day, Monday to Friday at
It's
5
okay.
o'clock. He'll send out about 30 memes to say,
Yeah.
is the memes of the day and stuff like that. So as long as you're okay with that.
I have my way of dealing with spammers on Telegram. I just double click and then I go to their last post. So if they're just annoying.
You've just reminded me there as well, Jimmy. Clive de Carl is very much into the old Tesla machines as well, and I've just purchased one. Yeah, I've just purchased one, and I'd like to show everyone the Tesla machine that I've purchased, and I'm in the process of getting it. I want to get it properly serviced before I start using it. But this Tesla machine is between 80 and 100 years old, and it can run on either 110 or 220 volts, and it's a bit like a TENS machine. So again, I'd like to show everyone that and see what people think about that. But I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it properly serviced, and I've been reading some stuff about it as well. There's a lot of. It's called the Violet Ray machine. If anyone's interested, but again, I'll show you my actual one that I purchased next week. So there you go. There's a little temptation. Come along. Watch me, watch my first show. Look at my dodgy TENS machine. And there is some other story behind why these are used these days as well. But I'll save that as well. There is another reason why they're used, but I'll save that.
What day are you thinking of, Robert?
I don't know. Well, you do Tuesdays, don't you, and Fridays? So something in between there.
Friday, yeah. So,
if
you want to do Friday, then Tuesday's pretty much set in stone. But if you want to do Friday, or if you want,
So are you trying to drop your Friday then?
No, I'm not trying to drop. I'm going to do 2 shows a week. I'm still going to do 2 shows a week. But what I want to do is. I want to restructure the 2 shows that I'm doing a week. So Tuesday, I'm hoping to get guests on every Tuesday, and then on Fridays, and I'll obviously get and Jim as well, and then on Fridays just do my own talking, rambling.
Did
you want me to do Thursday or something?
It's up to you, mate.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah,
just whatever you do decide, be aware that. One thing I've noticed over the last couple of months is that there's shows being done by Steve Tougoose, and there's also the Lowlands Pete and somebody.
Cookie, Cookie does one on Monday,
so you might want to sort of organize it so you're not going to be clashing with them, and then you're not going to be clashing with Jimmy O.
Jimmy's getting up YouTube anyway, isn't he? So
is he? Oh, right.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he announced that tonight. This is probably going to be his last show tonight because he's going over to TikTok. So,
but he said that before, But
it's up to you whenever you do it. But just keep that in mind if you want to. Steve Tougoose does his show. Cookie does his show as well, but Cookie thinks that I'm a fucking. I did some sort of thing on him one time. I don't know, some weird thing. So I'm not really. Listen, I'm not really fussed. It's something for people to watch afterwards as well, can't they? So it's not like the live stuff's not like most people watch afterwards anyway. So the live thing's not like
But again, it'd be great if we got. If people want to watch it, great, and interact with it. There's not many of us that haven't got some sort of issue that we want to talk about in the chat. Like I've got a dodgy foot or a dodgy eye or something. There's always something. And the thing that I love about this show is that normally, if you don't know, if whoever's like on the, now like us three, there's normally someone like someone just said, like CBD oil for cataracts. I didn't know about that. That's what I love about this show. That again, you take a subject and there's someone that can throw someone into the subject from the chat room.
We got an interesting comment there already. You're like, I like Jace. This is from Regina Lamb. I like Jace, but the chat is adolescent.
Yeah.
Regina I am. I want to say hello to Regina I am. I like Regina I am. Good
Regina
evening.
Lamb, I like to chat,
I hope
but a lot of you
everything's
put
going
me
well
off.
in Bradford for you.
I haven't seen Regina Lamb. Is Regina Lamb new?
No, Regina, I am. He's one of the oldest listeners that we've got. So I think we ought to.
Oh, I am.
I
Take
am.
Regina, I am.
Okay.
So we ought to take what they say very seriously. And they live in Bradford, and they've been a big supporter of this show in ways that.
So Kendo's saying Saturday and Sunday are free. Yeah, I'm sure, but a lot of people are busy Saturdays and Sundays, Kendo. So that's for me. It wouldn't work out. I don't know about anyone else.
You can do it whenever you want. Anyway, listen. People listen to show. Most people listen to this show. Most of the people that listen to this show listen afterwards. Okay, so it's nice and easy. Just don't worry about interfering. Just pick whichever day you want.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
pick whichever day you want.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm quite, like I said to you, Thursday might be good for me. That sounds all right to me. And if it's all right with you,
everything's all right with me, mate. Listen, I'm as fucking chill as they come.
Mate.
I'm sat here with no trousers on or underpants.
Okay. Tit and Bum Tabloid. I like this. Watching Dr. Robert fiddling with his antique Teslas. I'm in. You see, that's what we want. That's what we want, isn't it? You see.
Wednesday, says Kitty. What about Wednesdays?
I can do a Wednesday.
Right. We'll set that. So, what time do you want to do it? So we'll put your first show as this next coming Wednesday, and then I'll plumb you in and let you know how things work and that, and then you can just you can
just do your usual post it out and tell everyone. We can do. I mean, certainly we can post it in the Telegram chat, but
you can post it wherever you want, right? Because you will have full control. Okay.
Yeah.
This will be you coming on. You know how I come in here and I do a show, right?
Yeah.
That will just be you doing it instead of me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't do anything, and you can post it anywhere. You'll have all control.
Okay.
So like that, as far as I'm concerned, I will listen at some point, but as far as I just want to put things on for people. So.
Yeah. Excellent. And is Jimmy going to do one? Is Jimmy going to do one, or is he just sitting with you this time? Yeah, like or.
I'm kind of in the sidecar with Jason here. I haven't done this shit in years, and I just enjoy coming in. Because it's been a long time since I've done any shows, man, and I wouldn't be anyway close to competent or confident in doing a bloody show. So I'll leave that in your capable hands, And look, maybe down the line, I might find my mojo and maybe decide to join you on the going solo. We'll see what happens. I have no plans on that. Like, I'm just happy to come in and shoot the breeze with Jason for the moment, and as long as he's happy with me, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's just do it then. Let's do Wednesday. Hey?
Wednesday, okay. What? 8 o'clock?
Yeah, Wednesday 8 o'clock. Let's say that.
Right. So Wednesday at 8 o'clock. I'll announce it Tuesday as well. But Wednesday at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Listen. What you need to do is you need to get yourself like a little.
Have I got to wear a suit?
No. You've got to make yourself a little JPEG thing of Dr. Robert or whatever you want to call yourself, Health Freedom UK. And then you just do it as you know.
Well, I've got my little Health Freedom logo, haven't I, and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, but you can't. You've got to use Raconteurs news logo in corner.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, look. Tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
Well, that's it. That's all I ask is you have Raconteurs news thing at corner. That's all I ask.
Yeah, great.
Do it all yourself.
Oh, what? So like what we've got now, up on the right hand side here.
Yeah, just that on the right hand side. That's the only that thing. You can use the back whatever background.
So if you send me that, and then I'll put that up. Yeah.
No, you can do it anyway. It'll be there waiting for you.
Okay, great.
Okay, it'll be as it is. waiting for you.
Great. I mean, I've never done anything like it, Jason.
Right, so we need to get together then.
Yeah,
like,
we'll get together.
Over this probably. And look, I'll talk to you about it on. I'll talk to you
we'll
about
have a
it.
chat. We've got
We'll
each
get
other's
it. We'll
numbers.
get it done. We'll get it done for
we'll
Monday.
get it done. Yeah.
And if I can be of any assistance at all on the tech side of things, Robert, you know, feel free to ask. You know, we're connected.
No, cheers, Jimmy. No, I appreciate that, man. I mean,
anything at all. You know, I don't mind coming in and whatever it is, OBS or, you know, audio shit. It doesn't matter the fuck. Like, just
how does my sound? I mean, I think my camera's pretty good. How about the sound? Is it okay?
Sounds fine. Sounds fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay, so we're all good with that then.
Better than mine, Robert. It's better than mine.
We love your hiss when you're talking, Jimmy. Come on.
I know. Hiss. I know. Yeah, as if it was mine, you know. I wish it was just my hiss, but you know, it's fucking dodgy equipment, you know. I've got like 2 broken fans on my desktop. I just wonder how long more it's going to live.
How old's your desktop?
Donkey's years old. It's probably older than me.
I've got my computer's pretty good. It's only about 3 or 4 years old, so it's still pretty good. So it should be good. It should be good. But yeah, as long as everyone's happy to have a health chat next Wednesday, that'd be great. And please come along and support me, and let's see if we can make it something regular. You know, and see where it takes us as well in terms of, you know, I mean, I'm as open as anyone wants to be. But I've got
we'll call it Robert's Surgery. Robert's Surgery's open on Wednesday evening.
I like that, Jason. That's a good one. Robert's Surgery.
It'll be fucking, you know, it'll be like that fucking that.
You know, I do, Jason. You know, I do actually. I have got a qualification actually in counselling as well.
There you go then.
Yeah.
Well, listen, all it is it's health advice anyway, and it's just great stuff.
It's just
and
health
it's
advice.
Be happening on Wednesday.
Are you sure you want to do health advice? Are you sure you want to do health advice? That could be troublesome.
Health chat. Chat.
No, it's health advice. Listen, anyone can get health advice, can't they? You can go, you know, these work for me or whatever. Everybody does it. No matter if you go to a gym. So you've got some 19-year-old giving you health advice on what to do to keep you healthy and what have you, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's not medical advice. It's not telling you what to do. It's just saying, look, this might keep you healthy. This might be if you've got if you're feeling a bit down. It's not like if you've got cancer, we're fucking do this. It's all like that. We're talking about if you're feeling, a bit run down or something like that. And
let me give you my first piece of health advice, which is what I did today. What you do is, you go down to the local lavender farm and you go round and you pick loads and loads of lavender of different varieties. And it's such a healthy thing to do for your mind, body, and soul. And then you can decide, what am I going to make with this? Shall I add it to my salve, Jason, and make it a lavender smelling type salve? Who knows?
I don't know. I mean, just keep it for your sense. That's what I'd do. I keep it for my sense. I just because I won't put it into a salve.
This is amazing. Honestly, I've got this. There was about 10 different in here. 10 different varieties. It's absolutely incredible. But yeah, amazing thing to do. Go and have a walk amongst it. The lavender fields, incredible. Really, really good. You got any like that over where you are, Jimmy? Lavender fields?
No, and you know what? I'm probably the only person in history who's managed to kill all his own lavender plants. I used to have loads of lavender, and I managed to kill every single last one of them due to bad pruning techniques. But that was back earlier on. But when I get around to growing them again, I think I'll know better. Yeah,
and that's the other thing I think I said to you, Jason, wasn't it? That I mean, like Jimmy, I also grow veg as well. That's something we can talk about. It's still all part of health, eating healthy, growing your own vegetables. I think that's going to be a big thing in the future. I really do. Even if we're just trying to do it on our windowsills, you can grow You can grow, things like herbs, can't you? On just even in your window. It's really simple.
My cats are killing themselves out there.
Someone said, Spanish Chicken said, eat dandelions. Well, I don't eat dandelions, but I do drink dandelion and burdock. So, that's
dandelions are really,
isn't it?
Yeah, dandelions are really good for you. And foraging, I mean, we can talk about foraging, isn't it, as well? If someone knows a bit about that, well, maybe I can get on someone who's a foraging expert and things like that.
Right, yeah, like getting mushrooms and that sort of shit. And
that sort of thing, yeah, and berries. I'm sure someone was talking about them last week, about foraging. Wasn't it Chris or someone like that? I'm sure it was. Maybe it wasn't Chris. It was someone was talking about foraging. So again, maybe we can interact with people to do with foraging and growing, like I said, vegetables.
See, that'd be a good if you could get an expert on that. That'd be a really good, interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Show. I don't see why we couldn't.
Talking to them stand. In fact, if you get them on, I'll just push you off and say, "No, I'll do this." That'd be a good show.
Do you know what?
Foraging would be a good show, wouldn't it? Foraging would be a good show.
Would be a great show, actually. But foraging is a tricky subject because it's kind of like it's very, very localized to your own area, so because it might be tricky to present some of the ideas because it's when it comes to foraging, you have to know your species. And be very, very careful not to pick the wrong ones.
Yeah.
You might end up.
That's true.
Yeah. I like conscientious objectors' idea, foraging through bins. I think that could be a thing of the future.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think that could be something.
You're probably allowed to do that. You'd probably get away with that, wouldn't you? You wouldn't be able to do natural foraging, like a show on natural foraging, just in case somebody got something poisonous. But you could do one on fucking foraging through bins.
Or you could do one like for example, my Morrison does their foraging bargains at 2:30 in the afternoon. When they do the out of date stuff that's coming up, and they do that at 2:30. And you got to get down. You got. Even people learning stuff like that. Learn when your local supermarket are putting their bargains out, and go down there and get your. Money's getting really, really tight at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah,
we all need to save money, so that's all going to help us as well. Health. I mean, I've just bought for the winter. Bought stuff for. Reflectors on my radiators to reflect the heat back out and stuff like that. So I roasted me a hedgehog during a visit to North Wales once. Nice. My partner. I don't
remember a hedgehog. I did eat sheep's brains once. when I was in Dubai, right, I got this. They give me this sandwich, and it was like a wrap, and they give me this wrap to eat, like. I don't know, I was somewhere and somebody were feeding me. So they give me this fucking sandwich with a wrap. And it was like, I bit into it and I'm eating it. And I thought, oh, that's nice. And I looked in it and I thought, fucking hell, it's weird. A wrap with cauliflower in it. And it was fucking sheep's brains. I thought it was fucking cauliflower and it was sheep's brains. And it was fucking, it was nice.
Was it?
I only found out afterwards it was sheep's brains. I ate it all.
Wasn't there a James Bond episode where they lifted? Was it James Bond where they took the monkey's head off?
No, that's not James Bond. That's what's the fucking name?
What was that one? Oh, that looked terrible.
I can't think of it right now. It's like
what about moles? Because we've got a mole that keeps. Oh, Jimmy, any remedies for a mole that's popping up in the polytunnel? Apart from a shotgun.
A mole
is popping up in the polytunnel. We got fucking molehills. I mean, I know that they only eat the worms, don't they, and everything. And
that's an unusual problem. Like a mole in the polytunnel.
Yep. Just started coming up. Yep. in my partner's polytunnel. So any ideas in the be gracefully welcomed.
Right. Well,
Explosive Spanish chicken said, "Yeah, have you got any Spanish?"
So
he just used them on fucking guidestones, didn't he? He just fucking chucked them over there.
Yeah, that was Spanish. He
Bristol
blew up
over
these
there.
guidestones.
If you can figure out what these moles eat, it should be pretty easy to catch the fuckers because they're big enough, aren't they?
Yeah, they eat worms, don't they? And snails.
Well, what I would do would be
they're like French people.
I would have a big banquet laid on for them, right? A big banquet of snails, worms, and all sorts in a big, huge cauldron, and I'd put it into one of those quick trigger traps, right? And so entice the little cunt into the trap, and then when he steps on the thing, slap, and next thing you know, he's in the trap, and then you can sort of relocate the little fucker elsewhere.
I am good at catching things. I'm not going to go because like. How many mice did we trap? When my partner moved into her new place, we trapped 29 mice. 29 mice under a sink.
Oh, they're prolific, those little fuckers.
Can I tell you a trapping story?
Go on.
We had when we had cats, we had a fucking cat. When we'd have back door opening in summer, a cat would come in house. There'd be a cat, a rogue cat, right? And it used to go on fucking back garden all the time, and it used to bully our cats, right? I'm fucking swear down, it used to bully our cats. So anyway, I said, I'm going to catch it. And this is the fucking way I did it. I got one of them clothes baskets. I got a clothes basket, and then I got a little stick, and I tied some string around it, right? And I put string right up to window at house, and I sat by window at house, and I put some cat food under it, and I sat by window at house, and I waited for it, and it came up, and it ate food. And I put thing, and it fell down, but it ran off right quick because it sort of went up before it went down. So it was like dead. It ran off too quick. Fucking thing. But I did that. That was my best trapping story.
But you didn't catch it.
Well, no, but it was a story about trapping something. But I tried to trap. I didn't trap it, but I tried to. See, it's the thought that counts. I trapped
a wild cat once that was bullying our cats. It was a feral cat, and I trapped one exactly what you just said there. But you know these were your
clothes basket?
No, these big plastic containers, Jason, that they carry and they got the two handles.
Yeah, I tried one of them and all.
Right, I did exactly what you did, and literally I trapped this feral cat, and I just moved it out.
Yeah.
I moved it.
Yeah, cats are easy to catch. Like, to be honest, like they're a bit fucking thicky-wicky, and the specialized cages you can get. Like, and all you got to do is just lay the bait, and these fucking idiots they'll just walk into it. And
fucking idiots! I can't believe we're talking about cats like that. An whole species. Discriminate an whole species.
Here's how stupid they are. Right, I have a mink trap. I had. Like, this is a few years ago. We used to have a really great little cat, like personal fucking home cat. Like, we were just messing around here with it. Like, so we decided we were going to trap it in the mink cage. Right? So we put down the bait, and next thing you know, the cat has gone into the mink cage, gone after the cat food down at the fucking other end, stepped on the fucking trigger, and whack. Next thing you know, the poor cat is strapped in the mink cage, and it's like it's like squeezed into this fucking mink cage. Like,
I've got to agree with Black Dahlia. I mean, cats aren't. I don't think they're stupid. I don't think they're thick. I mean, fucking hell. I mean, where you're talking about them, the joke should be there's an Englishman, Scotsman, and a cat.
Paula, thank you, Paula. Paula's come up with. She said, vibrations, moles super sensitive to noise, sounds, play some different frequencies. Okay. That sounds interesting. So what, put I could put a radio in there. In fact, there is a radio in there, and we could put hook up some different frequencies to scare them off. That's a good idea, actually.
Actually, there's little tech gadgets.
Or just play the radio, like maybe some classical music, because I've done that with my plants as well. I've played classical. I sometimes play classical music and stuff like that when I'm growing plants.
There's actually some little gadgets. I've got one or two of them here. In fact, and they emit a radio signal, which is like that like it's alleged that like certain pests don't like rats and mice. Some of them are not so great because they can't penetrate through walls, but you can get ones that can penetrate through walls. So because the moles live underground all the time, like they may not be, they may get a certain amount of protection from like your standard like frequencies. So like if you were able to have a little device that was able to penetrate to a certain depth, you know, of where the lair is, you know, you might be able to sort of persuade them to get the fuck out, you know.
Yeah, well, I was just literally thinking, leave the radio on. On talk radio or something, you know, because then they won't pop up, will they? Because they'll hear voices, wouldn't they? I never thought of that. I mean, Kitty just said, how about white noise as well? Yeah, white noise is not a bad idea, I suppose.
You could put Jimmy O's show on loop. He's got
white noise.
He's gonna love that one.
Play them some Thomas Sheridan, says Tim Bum Tabloid.
Or play them an episode of Raconteurs News.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got to try and find that fucking impression. I've got to find it somewhere. I've got it somewhere. I know I have.
You should dig it up and then just play it back, yeah.
I'm bad. Holy fuck. I shouldn't be allowed online.
He's going, isn't he? He's buggering off on YouTube.
Not going anywhere. He's been threatening that for fucking months, man. He hasn't done anything. He's still there, like, you know.
No, he's well into his ticky-tocky now.
Yeah, he's going to join all the TikTok dancers. Yeah,
he's getting a big TikTok following now. You see,
he is a comedian, though, isn't he? So I mean, that is his thing. So short TikTok videos are going to suit him. Look, good luck to him. That's all I can say to him. If he's done with YouTube, he's done with YouTube, and
I can understand that. Yeah, I can.
If his art's not in that, is it? It's not his art.
No, exactly.
In the short videos,
I mean, from what he's told me, he just feels the audience is not that interacting on YouTube. I mean, for me, I tried TikTok for a little while, and for me, it's very fast turnover, and I think so is your audience. I don't think that. I think the people that were like, every time I watched him, he had his regulars watching him on TikTok, but there was more people, and the thing is, people would just say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to add you." Whether they come back again is another thing, you know. If you see what I mean, I never saw him getting any more than the same amount of views that he was getting on YouTube, but he's getting more subscribers on TikTok, and I suppose therefore your videos can go more viral that way as well, can't they? So
yeah, more people will see it.
Not for me though. I mean,
listen, I don't even know anything about it. I've not fucking.
It's 3 letters, Jason. CCP. Chinese Communist Party, mate. That's it. It's just a big thing for the Chinese Communist Party to spy on us. Honestly, I've done some investigation. I don't know if you know about it, Jimmy, as well. If you've done any investigation.
Look, all these platforms, and even Telegram.
I agree, mate. I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But Telegram suits me at the moment because we're allowed to. There's a certain amount of free speech.
That's them some Webby.
Yeah. Well, look, TikTok, I don't know. That's for the kids, right? And I'm not interested in kids. YouTube is on the way out, but like we have a community, and I still follow a lot of content providers on YouTube.
What do you guys do? You watch any other platforms apart from YouTube? I watch Brand New Tube. Do you watch any of that?
Yeah, I'm on Rumble and BitChute, Odyssey.
What about
I'm
you,
everywhere.
Jason?
I'm everywhere, man.
Yeah. No, what do you watch? Do you watch any other stuff, Jason, on any other platforms?
I watch some stuff on YouTube, but it's mainly switch off stuff. You know, just stuff that to switch off. If I want to watch out, that's there's never any good on anywhere anyway, is there?
The thing about the alternative platforms, I mean, at least you can like hear stuff that you won't hear on YouTube. I don't know if you agree with that, Jimmy. You know, like, you know, the dollar, you know, like people like the Dollar Vigilante is never going to be allowed on YouTube and stuff like that. If you know, I quite like listening to him. Some people might not like him, you know, but I quite find him entertaining with his dogs and stuff like that, you know.
In small amounts, I like the Dollar Vigilante in small amounts, you know.
Small amounts, yeah. Miss Blue Sky has just said TikTok is full of people addicted to the scrolling life, and I would agree. Exactly. It's all about that, isn't it? It's just
it just does not interest me at all. I mean,
it really fucks your head up as well. My son had it on his phone and he got rid of it. I was like really surprised. He said to me, "Dad, don't get TikTok." He said it's not good for you, and he was right. I had it for about a month and that was it. I got rid of it. You know, I really did. So.
It's just a big pile of fucking. It's all a big pile of dog shit. I'm just like
it's data gathering in Spanish. You know, I think
I'm sat here.
No, Chris Partridge said it's data harvesting. Yeah.
But, so, Robert, a news story that came onto my feed there during the week about myocarditis, pericarditis, and all that. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if you've been. I'll try to be careful here what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
But recently, like, there's been a lot of information coming from, say, like the basic governmental sources and their stooges about how a lot of the myocarditis, pericarditis is probably an effect from the plague, right? Now, there was a very, very interesting study that came out of Israel, and it was a very, very they'd done a really, really in-depth survey with about 200,000 participants.
When you say the plague, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about COOF.
You know, the plague, what we've just had. That were like
that plague. Yeah. Oh, you mean the Divic?
What fucking plague? How many fucking plagues have you been fucking living through? A Mandela effect.
I see.
Someone
so you're just using. I call it the Divic, isn't it? Call it backwards, isn't it?
Right. Anyway, there was a huge study done in Israel, and they had a really, really huge cohort from unwakid and wakid, right? So, and what they found was that there was no correlation between the plague and myocarditis and pericarditis. So,
right.
You know, so I don't know if you've been following all the stories lately that are coming out.
I can't follow. I mean, personally, like anyway, I can't follow everything. I mean, I think that coming out of Israel, they would say that maybe.
Well, no, it's the fact that it's coming out of Israel was what was surprising, because like they're some of they're the most heavily wakid in the whole world in a sense.
I agree. I agree.
So like,
and
then
what's
that?
That sounds racist, doesn't it? They're the most wakid people on the planet. The
triple top
people in Israel.
Jimmy, triple top.
You racist cunt. What's a wakid? What is it all? Oh, I know what you mean now. All right.
Or speared. They're the most speared.
They're the most prodded, yeah. They're the most prodded.
They're the most speared or the treble topped.
Yeah, yeah,
180.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, what they've done is that they had a really huge study of 200,000 people, some of them walkied and some of them unwalkied, half and half basically. And what they found is that there is no correlation to pericarditis and myocarditis between.
Okay, I mean, have you seen the guy talking, the funeral director, John O'Looney?
Yeah.
I mean, he's never seen so many people, young people, going. He's never seen so many people, young people, disappearing, if you see what I mean, passing. And in our private chat on Tuesday, and I said this to you, that
Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday?
Wednesday, yeah, Wednesday.
Was it?
I think it's Wednesday. Am I wrong? Am I right? Wrong?
No, that's going to be my show, Jimmy.
Oh,
it's Friday today.
It's Friday. We had the show on Tuesday, didn't we? And we were chatting Tuesday after show.
Oh, yeah.
And I posted this on Telegram that 60 days after the treble tops were given out, that there was an extra 105,000 people in England that died more than the normal rate of that 60-day period.
Mm.
And that was after the treble tops had been given out. Plus, I've seen the figures that the American insurance companies, because Denny thought it was a load of old crap, didn't he? The American insurance companies are reporting 140% increase in deaths and claims.
Yeah.
And they said they've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. So, we've got those contradictions going, Jimmy, haven't we? We've got what you just said there about Israel, that report coming out from Israel. And then we've got some facts coming out,
Yeah, indeed. And then, and it's not just that, it's like the blame game is now starting in Austria, right? And in Austria, it's starting to come to light that, there's been a serious fuck up made, that they really screwed this fucking shit up. And now the government are starting to blame the doctors. I had this all lined up, Jay, but we can talk about this at another show, because I know it's getting late now, because we're already about 2 hours in, and I don't want to keep you all fucking night. But basically, the blame game is now starting in Austria, and the politicians, the health minister in Austria is now starting to blame the bloody doctors for causing the problem. And this was predicted about maybe a year and a half ago, that it would be the doctors that would be blamed. So this is coming to a head. And we also had, I'm not reading from my notes here now, I'm just calling from memory here. We had the Minister for Health in Denmark came out during the week there, and he was asked a question: was it a good idea to walkie the children, right? And then he turned around and he says, well, with the information that we had then, it seemed like the right thing to do at the time. But with the current information, it would appear that it was a bad idea. Now, this minister then carried on and he continued in his rant. He was very, very glad that the people trusted the government policy at the time, and he thanked them for their trust. Even though he's admitting a couple of sentences earlier that they fucked it up and that they shouldn't have done it and that was a bad idea, but he still thanked the people for their trust. Holy fuck.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And apparently.
Yeah. So anyway, we're at the limit.
We'll leave it there. Yeah. Let's see what there.
Yeah, we're at. Sorry, lads. I'm gonna. Obviously, I've set myself a 2-hour limit. I just wanted to mention Deckard and Ant and Deck's brother as well. He's farted, hasn't he? He were 55. He were a priest.
Say that again, Jay.
What's
You
that,
know,
Jason?
you know, Deck out around and Deck. His
Yeah.
brother has died.
His
Who's a
brother.
priest. Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Who's a priest? He's died. 55. He were. Mysterious illness.
I don't think anybody had him picked on the list of next to go, did they?
No, nobody had Deck Atarant and Deck's fucking brother, did they? Nobody had it. I've got it written down. I can't remember it anyway.
What's happening to Katie Price? I thought she, she's my pick.
I've kicked her out.
Shut up. No, you haven't.
We could organise it for
I'm
you.
going to win that T-shirt, Jason. I need one to replace Jimmy O's one.
What, did he sack you? Did he sack you?
No, I've got one of his T-shirts, but he then sent the rest of them down to the local charity shop.
Anyway, listen, I'm going to say a good night. Thanks for listening to everybody who's been listening. Everybody, all the shadow listeners who listen that don't talk in the chat.
Please come and visit us on Tuesday and Wednesday and Fridays as normal.
Yeah. And all the people that have been in the chat. Regina, listen, everybody's we are very forgiving here and forget. No worry about that outburst. It don't matter. It's all good.
No one gives a fuck, Regina.
Say again.
No one gives a fuck, Regina. Carry on with your mental dysfunction.
Exactly. Nobody cares. Just play along with everybody, and just we're all good. And it's nice to see you as well in the chat room as well. I've not seen you for a long time. I know Regina's been a long time listener and supporter of this show.
Excellent.
Yes, thanks for getting in. Ray, we're going. Thanks everybody who's been listening.
Everyone.
You've been fantastic. Yeah. Thanks to Robert, who's going to be here on 8:00 on Wednesday night with his first show, the Dr. Roberts surgery. The Raconteurs surgery. No, just Dr. Roberts surgery. It's going to be on. Are you
going to be doing sexual changes and all that sort of stuff?
You have to lower the tone, don't you, Jimmy?
All the time. That's what the ever does.
I'm going to wear a white coat because I think people might believe me more. What do you reckon?
Wear a white coat. That's even better. So put some pens in your pocket. Have a stethoscope round your neck.
Stethoscope.
And a fucking light on your head.
Yeah.
You know, one of them lights.
Yeah. No, I'm going to get one, actually. Yeah, I will. I'm going to put a stethoscope. I'm going to get one.
That's a fucking good idea. It'd be brilliant.
I like that.
Cheers, Rob. Anyway. Cheers, Jimmy. Me and Jimmy will be back Tuesday. And Robert will be here on Wednesday. Take it easy, everybody. See you later. Ta-ra a bit.